Hello everybody, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Lax is gone now. He was only here for that, I guess. I really liked that last scene, or the last episode. That was pretty good. Lax might join us for all the inappropriate moments, I guess. He might be there for all the parts that I can't handle by myself. I feel like if he wasn't there, I couldn't have been funny, like I was supposed to be. It's weird. Anyway, so we're here, in the middle of an argument between Shizune and Lily, and Misha, I guess, and I guess I'm here too, so. Arguing about the budget for the student council. Alright. Shizune might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's effort to rope me into the student council. Sorry about that. I just had to turn off my light since it's getting late. I guess word must have gotten around. So now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. Is he getting off from this? I know he's probably sarcastic, but just imagine. Whatever. It was your responsibility. A budget report is something you should just be delegating away as a class rep. It's your job to be on top of things. This kind of regard for the proper procedure is just terrible. They just completed it, being capable of doing so. But the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school or give it back to me. If you want, I'll apologize on their behalf of getting sick. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't. And she seems torn between being offended by Lily and Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Lily? Lily? Don't they just live here at the school? It's just a 5-minute walk, you know. What can they possibly have that prevents them from walking 5 minutes from their busy lives? To drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class. Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Wow. Misha tries best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to... Sorry, I'm reading really bad today. But can't seem to lose her normal, cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with that attitude? I said it's not... I'm not good. I'm so sorry. I said that it's not something that you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of the 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle the simple thing yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear. So I was right before when it said, "Friend of my enemy is my enemy." That much is clear. But this seems a little much. It seems that, like, Lily has gone enough and is ready to push back. Whoa. I actually really like that. Well, it's actually really cool. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure that I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. I guess so, yeah. Blind and deafness. Oh, I shouldn't have made that joke. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Ooh. The air between them ripples with heat and MIDI. Well, no. Can you see an upskirt there? You can see an upskirt there. Why would they do that? Oh. It's gonna be like one of those games. We're gonna have... Oh, I think I've told me about that. We're gonna have... Oh. We'll try to cross that path when we come to it, I guess. I like Misha's... Or not Misha. I like Shizune's face here. It looks really cool. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. It's just regular. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more than make sure that it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune's getting mad at me. Oh. I have to make a choice. I actually don't know. I guess this is like a really big, shit. This is a really big conversation here. I had to pick between don't drag me into this, I've done my part, and give me some slack. Right? I'm gonna say Lily me some slack, I guess. Sounds right. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to just jump right into this first week. Lily, taking my side, feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Ooh. Excuses, Miss Class Rep. She has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we immediately offered to take a position to help as a student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to the festival as a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it'll just bring me drawn into a conversation with Shizune. And that's what she wants. Whatever, forget it. And I turn my back to them. I get to my seat and shut my ears from the finale of the argument between Lily and Shizune. Eventually, Lily leaves our classroom and Shizune and Misha seat themselves, without even talking to me. Alright, so I'll take this time right now to just, reflect on what just happened, I guess. So they were fighting pretty bad. I might have just made a choice that gives me more Lily points than Shizune. I guess I have to start thinking who I would use. Not use. Who I would get into a path with, right? I can feel Shizune's eyes burning into my back. She's probably angry at me, but I'm angry with her. I don't get why she had to drag me into the argument. Nice. Oh, is it still out? That was still out from when Max was here. I don't know if anyone could hear me during that whole scene when they were fighting. Hanako doesn't come to morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the room. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I could see her. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. That was a weird morning, wasn't it? I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clacking of the chalk on the blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. Maybe Muto's a music man. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be able to be off tempo. It'd make me mad, make me insane, not like angry. I start to copy the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I noticed Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast her hands are making noises like swords cutting through air. Oh my god. Imagine her hands were actually swords. She's like cutting at people and stuff. Whatever. Maybe there is pent-up anger there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear that she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself, like I'm reading. Like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything what the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down at their seats again. I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. What's the name of the thing we're on, by the way? Oops. We're on Above and Beyond. That's a nice name. That's just me. I use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped up into the student council thing again, though I suspect that the door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people of the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she seems signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands, slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with a harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course, we're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. It's almost an important duty. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think that was encumbrances. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello. Hanako. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom. Most of her body is hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard, making straight for me. Just had to look at her really quick. Blushing hard. It's very pretty. Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. You're scaring her, guys. Girls. You're scaring her. Shizune points. Shizune stares at her provokingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away, to the point where her fingers can only be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako's probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She, came by in class this morning, though. Hanako keeps looking on Izaya Shizune, who stares back at her with unusual studying gaze. What's she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in the classroom, working on the festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. So I was right, they are friends. That's good. I drink water right there. Her voice is really hurting my throat. It's weird. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. We were working really hard to make the festival happen. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me any more slacking off. The hall seems somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone must be in a club, meetings, or festival preparations, or both. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo into my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something to concentrate on the matter. For the festival, it's too late unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. In clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not the club type of person. Oh, is it Rin? Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. It's Rin. It looks like she's working on a mural today, too. Walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. There she is. She's sitting on an unturned box, looking intently at the wall she is painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done, as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared on the twisted, human-like figures have spread and increased in number. Alright, I haven't talked about it, but what is that picture in the background? There's like faces, and there's eyes, and a mouth, a couple faces there, and what I think are nipples? Maybe? I don't know. Too much to handle. I think that's enough for this episode, then. Catch you next time. So that was a brief de-production. I meant the opposite of an introduction. Outro. Outro is the word. Might do one or two more of these tonight. We'll see. Catch you later.